Good afternoon, everyone. In today's presentation, my topic is Power and Ambition in Macbeth Lessons for Today. Here is my academic detail and presentation detail. This is the table of contents. In introduction, Shakespeare's Macbeth tells of a brave hero's fall into tyranny, revealing how unchecked ambition leads to moral and social ruin. Its themes remain relevant today, reflecting modern pattern of corporate greed, political corruption, and institutional collapse also. Why this is matter today? Because same pattern but different name. We see Macbeth do many mistakes in the real world. Aaron executive thrones Elizabeth Holmes, FTX Sam's being fried, does the same mistakes. Unverse universal psychology, rationalization, explanation, moral blindness remain constant across centuries. Predicted trajectories, one is hero, compromises, corruption and destruction. Here is the research question and hypothesis. In research question, how does Shakespeare's portrayal of unchecked ambition and corrupted power in Macbeth illuminating ethical crisis in contemporary leadership? And what preventive lesson can a modern institution derive from Macbeth's trajectory? In the hypothesis, we deal with Shakespeare's Macbeth demonstrate the ethical leadership failure follows a predictable pattern. Ambition divorced from moral constraint, initial compromises, explanating corruption, and psychological fragmentation, and done with institutional destruction. The nature of ambition in Macbeth. In the starting, Macbeth began as a honorable warrior, serving his king with courage and loyalty. He is the real hero for won the battles. In the ambition become dangerous when divorced from moral purpose and ethical constraint. In the article, Graham Holderness argues the play exposes ideological contradiction in power structure, not just personal flaw. In today's parallel, corporate and political cultures reward result regardless ethical method used. In corporate sector, we see that we have to achieve our goal anyhow. And political culture also, the political party want to win in anyhow. How gender codes enable corruption. Lady Macbeth manipulates Macbeth by questioning his manhood and masculine identity. In initially, Macbeth become king, but Lady Macbeth pressure him and question his masculinity. When you just do it, then you were a man, equating manhood with violence. Gerald Ramsay shows how manliness become perverted, separated from humanity. Initially, manliness meant courage, loyalty, honor, serving the community, etc. Lady Macbeth redefined it as ruthless aggression without moral constraint. Then, how one compromise creates a destructive cycle. Duncan's murder is Macbeth's moral threshold. This is the first murder that Macbeth done in the play. The irreversible turning point. Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hand? In the play, one murder require another. We generally see in the real world. We done one mistake and we have to lie 100 times to hide it. Banco Macduff's family and countless Scottish nobles were murdered by Macbeth. Today's lesson, the first ethical compromise is most dangerous because it initially invincible patterns. Why power cannot guarantee safety. Despite absolute power, Macbeth feels constantly insecure and threatened by rivals because he knows that he done the mistake and they behave like unethical. The witch's promises immunity. None of woman born shall harm Macbeth. Ba- Baron Lawrence argues Macbeth experiences escapism, violence, self displacement from reality. In today's lesson, leaders who abuse power live in constant fear of exposure and retribution. In our life also, we done some mistakes and we always have in fear of someone knowing, someone watching us. When conscience cannot be suppressed, both Macbeth suffered devastating psychological consequences despite attempt to suppress guilt. Macbeth does murder sleep, the innocent sleep. Guilt manifests as insomnia. And Lady Macbeth also sleepwalk, compulsively washing hands out damn spot. Harvey Byronbaum argues the play explore consciousness and responsibility. In today's lesson, unethical choices carry unavoidable psychological costs that success cannot be offset. Then, how ambition destroys personal integrity. Richard Harwich argues Macbeth seeks the single state of man, wholeness and integrity. Each time, crime divides Macbeth between ambition and humanity, action and consequences. In today's lesson, achievement without moral alignment creates exceptional emptiness, not fulfillment. How unethical leadership damages entire community. Macbeth's tyranny creates cascading damage throughout Scotland. Nicholas Dungray connects this to Hobbes' philosophy of political fragility. Violence breeds violence. Tyranny destabilizes rather than secures power. In today's lesson, leaders are responsible for organizational culture and human cost of their methods. Then why unethical achievement bring no satisfaction? After achievement, kingship, Macbeth discover it's hollow and meaningless. He loses honor, love, obedience, troop of friend, everything that make life valuable. Without them, Macbeth is nothing. In the play, tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this pretty pace. Profound nihilism. Elias Hossein argues power and ambition bring corruption, and corruption bring eternal downfall. In how we succeed is matter as succeeded matter as much as whether we succeed or not. Avoiding Macbeth's past in modern context, recognize ethical drift. Small compromise lead progressively to larger ones. In in the contemporary world, we done some mistake and we think it's very small, but it result we done some big mistakes also. Question opportunity requiring moral compromises, however attractive they appear. Then maintaining genuine relationship, providing honest ethical feedback and accountability. Design institution with check on power, constant and transparency requiring method. I dare do all that may become a man, who dare do more in one. Define clear limits to ambition. Why the story repeats across culture and centuries. The progression, ambition, first we have ambition, then we get power. Then when we get power, we done some corruption also. Then destruction appears universal across history. O.W. Frankins argues Macbeth is the weak man, made bad through weakness. Understanding how ordinary people become corrupt is more useful than simply condemning evil. In the play, fair is fall and fall is fair. Corruption inverts moral reality itself. In today's lesson, preventing corruption requires addressing both personal integrity and institutional design also. The enduring warning is will we learn or repeat? Macbeth remains urgently relevant because it dramatizes universal human temptation. The forces destroying Macbeth, ambition, fear, and rationalization exist in everyone. In our and we all have this ambition, we all have fear, and we all have rationalization also. His tragedy results from specific choices at specific moments, not inevitable fate. In modern parallel, demonstrate the patterns continued, relevant in political and business also. Here are the references. Thank you. Anyone have question, please?
So, my question is that how is the theme of ambition in Macbeth relevant in today's political or professional world?
In political world, many political parties try to come in power, but they many times do unethical behavior also. The people and they give money and food and everything and say that give us vote and we done something, but they do nothing.
So my question is, you say the first compromise is most dangerous, but don't people make small mistake all the time? Why is Macbeth first crime so critical?
We all done some mistakes many times, but first mistake is the very critical. In the play, Macbeth know that King murder of King Duncan is unethical, and King Duncan is good, but the manliness and manhood questioned by Lady Macbeth. So he murder the king, and then second time murder Banquo is not that critical. And then the Scottish soldiers and all. Thank you. This is my side.